here's Brody Brazil.
Oh my goodness, the clip I saw the other day totally blew my mind. I'll share it with you in just a second. But first here, everything needs a little bit of explaining. FIBA is the international governing body of basketball. They were holding a tournament in Europe, and they debuted this brand new basketball court that is all LED, as in a full video screen as the actual basketball court. This was in Madrid, Spain. It was for the U19 Women's World Cup of Basketball. The quarterfinals, they decide to unveil this, like mid-tournament. Hey, everybody, pay attention to this. And by the way, give FIBA some credit. They picked this tournament specifically as a women's tournament for the U19s to say, we know we've got something special here. We know everybody's going to have their eyes and attention on this. So we're going to give this tournament, the U19 Women's World Cup, a little bit of a push by debuting this brand new technology in a tournament like this, because now everybody's talking about it. Quite honestly, we can see the future here. I think the NBA is going to have courts like this, which you'll see in just a second. But first, a little detail and background from FIBA themselves. Quote, the LumaFlex court provided by ASB GlassFloor is a full video floor allowing for interactive applications, as well as an enhanced show staging with additional options for advertising. The flooring can also feature the ability to add player tracking to the video floor, making it possible to display live stats and athletic achievements on the floor, providing fans with enhanced interaction and better engagement. Oh, that's a lot of words. Why don't we just take a look at the video, which caught the internet by storm? This is amazing. And right there, you can't really see it because it's static, but whoa, wait a second. That's pretty interactive. That is pretty cool. Mopping the dust off the floor, so to speak. I don't think there's any dust on that floor. And right there, I mean, you kind of can't tell. It looks different. It's lit differently. Certainly doesn't look anything like a traditional wood basketball floor when you see it. And there is kind of that uplighting effect because it is bright. But oh, look at for tip-off. That is so cool. The animation, the subtle nuances there. Let's see, a free throw is made. Oh, the floor kind of changes, kind of splashes with the effect. Is it distracting when you watch the actual game right there? Not really. Okay, that is a little bit distracting. You hit a three and the floor changes. You certainly wouldn't be playing on that, right? But for timeouts and for halftime, it's a good way to display things. Like while we're watching the game, I don't see much going on there that looks atypical. By the way, this is going to loop. I'll talk about it for just a second. In some ways, this looks normal. This doesn't look too much. It doesn't look overboard. Again, I feel like that uplighting effect might throw you off just a little bit. Maybe you get used to that. I don't know. When you saw the players there, probably during introductions, watch not this shot, but the next shot. Yeah, right here. See all the light on the legs, and it's unnatural. But maybe it just takes some time for us to get used to. But I don't know that this is a huge distraction during actual gameplay so long as there's not a lot of movement. Now, when somebody hits a shot and the floor totally changes, my point is, does something like that, does it cause somebody to trip? Does it cause a turnover? Does it cause a mistake? Does it cause something that would have not happened in basketball if it were just a normal floor? Because if we can rule all that out, that players can get used to something like this right here, then I don't see why the NBA isn't doing this like literally next season. Now, there's also a couple effects too, which should be considered. Like, does the ball actually bounce well on this? Does it feel like there have to be some seams, right? But I guess there's also seams in the wood floors that they piece together for NBA arenas. Like literally there's a hockey ice surface below. And then they just kind of put the wood pieces together. So even NBA courts already have seams in them, but you would have to think here with the video screens, I don't know, does the ball feel natural to bounce? That's also super important. Distractions, the way the ball bounces, how about cutting laterally left and right? Maybe that would be the least impacted aspect, but I don't want a player rolling their ankle on a plastic surface because they've only been used to wood all these years. And now all of a sudden they're on something very, very synthetic. Other than that, like if we can get past some of the obvious questions, if those things and if this technology can only get better over time, I'm telling you, I don't see how the NBA isn't doing this like literally next season. I guess I also have a bit of a concern that maybe if one of the screens goes out or goes rogue during a game, you have to stop the game. You have to deal with that. But I guess that could be said for any video screen or, the lights go out in the arena. That would also be a problem too. There's a lot going on here. I also understand, and you can see there's a handful of advertising on that court now, isn't there? I'm not super keen on that. I actually like the way things are right now, where on television, things are superimposed onto the court. That way, in person, you don't need to see all of it happen in real time. It looks less cluttered in real life. Things can be applied, superimposed for television only. See, look, it's nice to have a watch sponsor at half court or at each free throw line, but you can also kind of see where this is going, from cool to, profitable. Cool is great. Profitable is necessary, but to what degree? Right? Somebody's going to go crazy with this. The whole court is going to be like a Pepsi logo or something. I don't know. I just picked that. We'll see. I really like the idea. This is so cool. I don't see how the NBA can't do this now. And yeah, player tracking, and imagine having stats on the floor. This is all for the fans, let's be honest. This is all stuff that would be potentially inconveniencing to the players. Players get nothing out of having a floor like this. Fans get everything out of a floor like this. Ownership with sponsorship gets a lot out of a floor like this. And I'm also here to guess that in 2023 and beyond, the technology that it used to take to pull something like this off must have been heavy. But I'll bet you this is pretty reasonable, all things considered, cost and implementation-wise. I bet you this is not too difficult for every NBA team to pull off. Anyway, we've seen plenty of that video. Probably more than enough, but you understand. I think it's the next big thing, if they can work out all the questions, which I've pretty much laid out here. What do you think about a court like that? Let me know down below in the comment section. Hey, thumbs up also on this video down below since you made it here to the very end. And don't forget, if you like this type of stuff, subscribe to this channel so that I can definitely see you back here next time.